Punk Revolution now. Today we're going to be reviewing Soccer Mommy's new album, Color Theory. So Soccer Mommy, personally, it's kind of funny. I feel like I have a personal connection to Soccer Mommy because Soccer Mommy went to NYU. She was in the grade right below me. So I've been hearing buzz about Soccer Mommy before it was cool. Of course, classic punk revolution now, knowing about the trendy music before it's cool. And so, I was hearing her name around before she got signed to Fat Possum and released her big album back in 2018, Clean, and became one of the biggest names in indie pop right now. So, yeah, I'm a legend. So, let's start by taking a look at her album cover, and we'll dive in and see what the hell she's doing now in 2020 on her new album, Color Theory. Punk Revolution now, let's start at the cover. Well, this album cover appears to be like a retro video game, kind of like arcade game album cover sort of thing. It looks like you can see on the side, it's like supposed to be a video game or something. I'm not really entirely sure why she decided to use the kind of like retro video game aesthetic for the album cover, other than probably because her target audience are wannabe indie kids who think anything vintage is cool, so she can just put like a vintage looking thing on the cover, and she's set to drive them crazy. Anyways, so who gives a fuck? Let's stop talking about the cover and let's talk about the music. So, musically, what is going on here? Well, it's going to be following a lot of the same sound she developed in her 2018 album, Clean. Going to be indie pop rock. A little bit of there with some acoustic guitar here and there and piano and just some more stripped back songs occasionally with more just acoustic guitar and vocals only with reverb on the vocals and maybe a little bit of gentle textures here and there and then kind of like a kind of vintage sort of 90s production sound, but it's so clean and crisp and modern at the same time with influences from 90s pop stars and early 90s musicians like Avril Lavigne. And then also, of course, so, Soccer Mommy is actually from Nashville, FYI, so I swear to goodness she actually has some Taylor Swift influence in there, which is undeniable. You can definitely hear, like, early Taylor Swift just with her, Taylor Swift and her acoustic guitar, kind of like that sort of poppy, acoustic guitar pop, making that influence into Soccer Mommy's music. But, obviously, this music is tailored way more towards the indie crowd than the mainstream radio, Taylor Swift crowd. Although I will say, I think Soccer Mommy, I think she's trying to kind of hit both. She's trying to do both. I think she wants to be like the next Taylor Swift, if I'm being entirely honest. But, she also has to keep her indie aesthetic to keep her image that she's crafted alive. So anyways, so that's pretty cool. And some of the songwriting... So the songwriting, okay, so I really do like some of these like lead guitar riffs that kind of make their way in this song. I love the way it's produced. It just sounds so 90s and just crisp and just fits so nicely in a very clean mix. And like nice pianos, and then there's songs like Circle the Drain, which is of course undeniably really catchy. I mean, it's freaking, why is it called Circle the Drain? That just sounds like a piece of poop circling around in the toilet before it's flushed. So anyways, Circle the Drain is definitely the catchy song here. The first two songs of this album really hit you, boom, boom. And one thing that does stick out in this album that's a little different than Clean is I feel like there's a little more dream pop sort of vibe going on here. Maybe like a little bit more reverb on the vocals, a little bit more laid back on the vocals, sound a little bit more tired in the vocals. Which of course is, everyone loves a nice clean dream pop album with some nice melodies and textures and tones, fantastic production. You can't go wrong with it. But you can also really kind of damage the songwriting, and that's kind of what she did here, because the songwriting, the melodies are so, really lack any range. It's just all the melodies like, da-na-na-na-na-na. The melodies are just so, there's, like in her album Clean, there's a song like Cool, where the chorus is just like, she really gets high up there and hits those high notes, and it just sounds so full of energy. Well, unfortunately, it sounds kind of like in this album, she kind of lacks any of those moments, and it just feels super undynamic. A lot of these acoustic guitar songs and vocal songs only really do not bring anything interesting to the table whatsoever. So it's almost like she sacrificed some of what made her, so interesting in Clean just to be kind of more like I don't know. She's played it safe, didn't take any interesting risks in this album. There is one 7-minute song on this album, which is probably, it's pretty interesting, but it's not like there's no reason for it to be 7 minutes long. She doesn't really do anything in those 7 minutes that are like, oh, okay, let's add more time to the song so we can do all these cool ideas. No, it's just like, let's just do one idea for 7 minutes and just, it's gonna sound pleasant, but it doesn't make a difference if it's 7 minutes because 3 of these 2-minute songs sound the exact same as one 7-minute song because it's all so safe and just so simple chord progressions, not very much vocal range, but it's pleasantly produced, and it just sounds pleasant. And of course, Circle the Drain is catchy. I'm gonna give this a 5.3 out of 10. There you go, folks. Thank you for watching. Soccer Mommy, super chill, get high, listen to Soccer Mommy with your girl, and just live in Brooklyn and have a blast. Thank you for watching Punk Revolution. Now.